Hey guys, it's another rainy one here. I got to thinking about a couple things, and I was talking for a while that I wanted to get pigs, and I've always kind of wanted them for my own meat because I just find that it's such a different taste than what's in the stores. And I got talking about it too much, and I never did anything about it. So today I figured today's going to be the day I finally clean out the barn and get her done so that the pigs can come in and at least have a starting point, so they have a spot where I can keep them until I can kind of get the outside done, so that they can kind of be outside more. But so that's what I'm working on today, and I'll take you guys along. I find it's easy to kind of talk about things and talk about plans and don't really end up finishing it and doing it, and it can be a very easy habit to pick up. But today I figured I'm going to change that. So I have manure piled there because I created this wall so that the cattle didn't jump there. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get manure out of here because the passageway that we used to have here is so narrow. What it used to be here is calves. This is where we used to store calves when we were in the dairy industry. And they used to be back there, so if we needed calves we needed to feed separately, they'd be in those two pens over there, and then this big one over here, and those were our calf pens. Remember here that was when this was more maintained and it didn't look like this. It was just, this is got stored here after we got out of dairy, and that's what's happening here. So this manure has sat here since I believe 96. I believe we got out in 96. 96. It was 96 maybe to 2000, somewhere in there. I don't remember the exact day. But yeah, so it's sat in here and crap got piled in here, and I figured, you know what? Today's the day. So that's what we're working on. It got so compressed and so hard that it's hard even getting the spears through it, just to kind of get it broke up and throw it over. And this is where we used to mix grain, and as I said, crap gets piled up, nothing gets cleaned up because it just becomes a barn, right? A barn not being used. This is where the dairy stalls used to be. Each one of these were stalls, and we just had the post over, and over the years, it just all fell apart because it was never maintained because there's no dairy here anymore. It didn't need to. So it's kind of been mishmashed the last couple of years just so that we could load cattle in here, and I'm trying to get away from doing that because it becomes too much of a rodeo. And I don't like that. I don't like rodeos. I don't like stressed cattle. So that's where we're going away from, and that's why I'm kind of doing this work right now to kind of get it to a clean barn state again. I believe most of this barn is concreted, which is nice, which means I'm not slopping to Kingdom Come to try and get wet manure out. And I just found out this pen is definitely concreted too, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna repair this little section across here just to get it so that it looks better and that pigs don't chew on things and get into things that they shouldn't be into. So that's my plan here. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had Kentucky Bourbon Red turkeys. If you guys have dealt with them, if you've used them, I'd love to hear about it in the comments because I'm considering buying a few and trying them out, because I'm always looking to cut costs and I'm always looking to increase quality. So if it produces a quality bird and it produces quality weights, then I'm all for it, and I'll be all over that. I don't know, it's going to be requiring extra work because it'll probably mean I'm going to have to hash my own birds. But that's what we're doing. I'm also looking into currently mixing my own feed, because in my area farming is kind of going away into the wayside because it's just too close to the city. So I'm having trouble keeping my feed costs down. So I can't have that, and I started going over my numbers from last year, and the margins are getting thin. I don't mind producing a quality product as long as I can make sure that I get paid for it, as long as I make sure that it's worth my while and it isn't at a point where I'm taking a loss or barely breaking even. That just doesn't make sense. So that's what we're working on. I'm looking at mixing my own feed for my chickens, my turkeys, and probably my layers, and my oh, I can't even think here, for my pigs. So I'm also looking at sprouting that to increase. I showed you guys some sprouting stuff. going along, just trying to show you what I think I can do and kind of increase what I get for tonnage out of my grains. So I am sticking to GMO free. I am sticking away from the GMO grains and the sprays and the pesticides. I don't mind paying the extra $1 for organic. I don't, on the ton, not on the bag. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm looking. Even if it's just for my own peace of mind, it's just I feel that it's better, so that's what I'm doing. And that's where the farm's going. And I don't mind that at all because my clients pay for that, and that's what they expect. So that's where I'm working, guys. This is what I'm up to today. I'm hoping I'm going to get this pen cleaned out at least so that it's kind of ready to go. And as I said, try and keep from talking too much and not getting enough work done. So take care, guys. Keep farming. I hope this update helped a little bit. And as I said below, if you can, if you've dealt with Bourbon Reds or Kentucky Red Turkeys, I'd love to hear about it. Also, I'm looking at Tamsworth and large black pigs. So if you guys have dealt with them, I'd love to hear about that too. So take care, keep farming, keep having fun.